Good morning, everyone. I'm Psychotic, and that's also my screen name. So, I spent a little bit of time yesterday leveling from 5 to 22 on the Ogryn. Today we're going to try to see if we can't push for 30. So I was going to show some of the gameplay. If you recall, if you watched the previous stream, I mentioned how you shouldn't jump into tier 3s until you have equipment capable of handling it and enough perks that you can handle it. That's why we waited until tier 5 or until level 5 to jump into tier 2 missions. Which is exactly what I did yesterday. Off stream, I started tier 2 missions from level 5. I ran them up to 11. At 11, I unlocked the shield and bully club and the large machine gun. At that point, I did another tier 2 mission because I don't normally go to tier 3 until 15. At 11, with those two, I was doing so well on the tier 2s that I decided to give a tier 3 a shot, and it turns out that this guy is tanky as hell. I was able to easily help complete tier 3s. I was not a detriment to my team, so I maintained tier 3 missions through there. So I skyrocketed from 11 to 22. Now, normally that's not the case with most of the classes. You want to wait till around 15 so that you have the perks, you have the blues at least, sometimes purples, before you start going into the tier 3s. Unless you're a particularly skilled player, which I know we all like to think we are, but it's honestly, it's just not true. So, and mostly the idea is to not be carried by your team. You want to contribute to your team, not be a carry. So that's why we wait. In this particular case, the survivability of the Ogryn is just bloody absurd. So we're gonna get started today. Now, I'm going to give you a little bit of a sneak peek into my normal beginning routine. So generally speaking, by the time I start streaming, I've already warmed up, I've gotten a few levels, run a handful of missions, just so I don't look like an absolute noob on stream. So in this particular case, I want to show that I don't just jump straight into tier 3 action. When I very first log in for the day, my first step is usually to check the store and see if there's anything fancy going on. Usually there's not, but it can't hurt to check, right? So remember, the store resets at the top of every hour. Now we're just shy of the top of the hour, so we're actually going to get to double dip here. So we're going to look, are you better? See, this isn't anywhere near as good. Well, the stability's great, and the ammo's great. The ammo's really great. Collateral's good. The damage, though, is significantly lacking, as is the range. The movement speed while firing is better than ours, which is just a tier 1, but we're going to not worry about that. The armored enemy damage boost is going to be kind of nice here. But, so we're going to come over here now. Every time that you log into the game, you're going to want to check these once you have them unlocked at 11, because they don't start updating until... There we go. They don't start updating until you've looked at them at the beginning of each session. So, like, I got a pop-up yesterday that said I had completed Kill 5 Monstrosities, and when I got back to see what I had for sale based on these, it still said 4 out of 5. So, you want to look at this every time you log in. I'm pretty sure they're aware of the issue. I'm sure it's been reported. So, it'll probably be fixed sometime in the future, but as of right now, it's not. So I really want this, and it's 1370, as it's got a tier 2 of my tier 1. Everything down here is better than mine, with the exception of defenses, which is not a huge deal. If you check the V menu, so that's going to be push stamina cost, dodge distance, dodge speed, and sprint cost. Since you can sprint at 0 stamina, who cares? The dodge distance and speed. The speed kind of matters. The distance really doesn't. As long as your timing's good, you don't really have to worry about it. Now this looks good, but I want at least a 15 toughness. So I'm not going to worry about that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to do a 15 toughness and then 2 You know what? I might not do toughness on this one. Now that I think about it, I might do health. Because chip through damage is my biggest problem, much like on the Preacher. But I really want this weapon. It's only a slight damage in the attack, but again, if we check here, it's not bad. So it says 155, 50, and 88.8. And if we check ours, we've got 152 and 88. So it's a little bit bigger on the heavy attack, which is what we're doing for this build. Currently, so I unlocked this guy at level 11. Not that exact weapon, but that weapon type. Excuse me. And this one I unlocked a little bit earlier. So, they're great weapons. They really are. I've got a wounds in here and a toughness. Like I said, I'm probably going to do 2 wounds and a health instead. So chip through damage is when you get hit by melee in particular, even if you have toughness, you will still take just a sliver of health damage. So here I really want to upgrade this guy. Now the one thing that I noticed by going to the tier 3 missions early is for a while there I had more diamantine than I did plasteel, which is, across my other 3 characters, completely unheard of. It's always been a slog to get diamantine. I have never had to worry about getting plasteel. But in this particular case, that is exactly what the problem is. So all that I need to do to get this weapon here is complete 4 more missions, because that will give me that 190 and then 1,000, which is enough to afford that 1370. So this resets every 24 hours, which means I have 12 hours to get this done. These reset once a week. So bear in mind that unless you see something that is peak condition and you absolutely need it, want it, then don't spend these. Sit on them, because I will show you later in a later stream. The level 30 stuff is very expensive and will take, because your first week's going to look something like this. This was from level 11. So they're all going to be relatively easy to complete. It's 15 missions, it's 750, it's 500, 3 missions, no player deaths, 5 monstrosities. When you're level 30, these are much, much higher. It's 25 missions, it's 1,000, it's they're much more difficult. You get pick up 3 grimoires. At level 30, you get pick up 15 grimoires. Which becomes quite problematic, at least for people with time constraints and jobs and whatnot. So without further ado, we're going to launch into some gameplay. Oh, my build, I didn't show you that. So we've still got this guy going on. We replenish 20% toughness upon hitting multiple enemies with a single heavy attack. That has been an absolute lifesaver. And we've got Blood and Thunder, so every heavy attack gives bleed stacks. And because of the arc of our heavy attacks, that is phenomenal. It's only +1, but it's better than a poke in the eye with a sharp stick. Bullfighter, so we get a 10% bull rush cooldown when we or an ally in coherency kills an elite enemy. And then we've got Bloodthirst, so plus 10% damage resistance per bleeding enemy in melee range, stacks 5 times. So if I have 5 bleeding enemies around me within melee range, I have 50% plus 20%, which is 70% damage reduction, on top of regenning a bunch of toughness every time I whack stuff. So as long as I'm heavy attacking, which we should be, because there is the aura where we get 10% additional damage for heavy attack, then we are quite a bit tankier than normal. Our next goal is going to be this guy. So 5% damage on next hit melee. So every time that we hit an enemy, our next hit on that enemy is an additional 5% damage. Now, I seriously considered Knife Through Butter, The fully charged heavy attacks have unlimited cleave. Unfortunately, the pacing with the shield's heavy attacks is not the greatest, and a fully charged heavy attack is going to get you hit in the face. I generally do the minimum charge necessary for a heavy attack to get the heavy attack. And sometimes you'll see me miss it and swing with the club instead, but usually I make it. And then we're going for Bulgor for the additional +2 bleed stacks on enemies hit by Bull Rush. The idea being at level 30, I can Bull Rush into a group and already be super resistant to damage. I already have that 70% damage reduction just at my arrival. And then from there we can pick it up with laying about with the shield. So I have to say that the Ogryn is by far the most survivable class that I have played. The only real issue that I have with it is its gameplay loop is a little boring. It's a lot of just heavy attack, dodge, heavy attack, dodge. So some of that is the fault of the build, but it is super hard to argue with the results. So we're going to launch into some gameplay and see what this looks like. Now, I always start with a warm-up mission, so we're going to look for a tier 2. I usually start with a warm-up mission with a tier 2, but this is too good to pass up. So it's got Grims. Scriptures, even better. So it's got Scriptures, it's an assassin, and it's reduced hordes. That is a whole lot of XP. So I'm going to make a liar of myself and try this one. I might look like a complete ass, though, because I have not warmed up at all. So let's see what happens. Oh, we're joining one in progress, too.
You're to take it out. The enforcer station's abuzz with heretic activity, so it's a good bet to be looking there. Go in through the sewers, find your way up to the streets.
So this player here has the special helmet. There are several different things for your class that you have to do to achieve said helmet, which means that that player is probably very experienced with their class. I do have the helmet unlocked for all 4 of the classes. I just don't have it on the Ogryn because I like seeing his chain tattoo on his head. And right into the action we go. I knew you'd try to flank us. Yeah, that was super sloppy. Super sloppy. Should have warmed up. So on a tier 2, that wouldn't have been a big deal. On a tier 3, I'm already out of shields. And now I got a dog on me. This is not good. I should have done a tier 2. Hey guys, you want to get the dog off me? Thank you. At least there's a Medicaid right there. And we're going to take advantage of that. Stupid. Hey boys. Yeah. We need to catch up to them. We can't be left behind. Bad things happen when you're left behind. Hi. Why don't you jump on down? No? Nope. snipers are something I can handle fairly easily, because they just pink off my shield like it's not a thing. You can see it in the window at the bottom. I had 5 bleed resistances down there for a second, and then I murdered them all, so I lost it. But that's okay. Now there is no bracing on this, which makes aiming it kind of a pain in the ass. But it is what it is. The ascender's down. I like how they call it an ascender, and it's basically just stairs.
Don't think anyone's ever assembled a war fleet so big.
So that was a little better. I'm still at full health. I have 0 reason to use that. Apparently there's a med pack. Ah. He was calling it out in chat, so I went after it. I hear a trapper mumbling to himself. And a dog. Oh, I got it.
Catch this, heretic!
I should have waited just a half-second longer to get along the row there instead of...
Even the air here fills.
Stop, gunner!
Anything to race?
I don't know where I'm taking this.
Here, fuck this! Here, fuck this!
Head on into the enforcer station. We don't have forever.
It must be charged.
Missed dodge there, I jumped instead. I ran right fucking past it. Alright. Yeah, I'll be the door block. Or not.
Never much like this place. The water cartel desecrated it long before the heretics did.
That'll be better when it causes bleed. Where are you? Oh, they need help, they need help. Come here, Megan. So I can stun him because I'm big. Oh, yeah, you want to get cute. But you can see how this kind of gets boring. It's the same power. Whoops, same power attack. That's a trapper.
Show me that ugly grin!
Another dead
There's another med.
Medicaid station.
I feel like they're giving Medicaid stations like fucking candy in this map.
Into darkness.
Got a present for ya!
Gosh, bro.
Like that.
Red gunner! Copy!
Oh gosh, we don't even take it out.
You need any?
That's why we like the shield. So that would have ruined my shield, my toughness on any other class with any other weapon. That is something that only the shield could pull off. Yeah, I'm taking it. I'm not low, but Gash is. I should have marked it.
I needed it.
He seems to be ignoring the things that I'm marking though, so I'm not too worried about it. We encountered a super low level in one of these yesterday. It's a level 7. Brand new player in tier 3. We had to explain some of the mechanics to him. He was asking, to be fair. I mean, he was asking for the knowledge, but it was a little disappointing to see somebody that new and with that subpar equipment in a tier 3. We barely succeeded. Oh, there's 2 fucking snipers. Oh, really gotta watch that language sometimes. That sniper got a piece of me. I was able to tank a large group of that for quite a while, but I sacrificed some hit points to some things that I shouldn't have. That was a bit of a gamble. Another instance of I would have been fine on tier 2, but this is not tier 2. It's much less forgiving, and that is exactly why we warm up.
You cannot fight unlike this, Ogryn. Bulwark.
Put him on the ropes for you guys. Tear him apart. Ouch. That's not good.
Wake in the flame! Another abomination slain!
For the love of all that's holy. No reason to power attack him. His single hit.
Let us tend our wounds.
Oh yes, please.
Hold on. Done. You can use the elevator.
Oh, no. No. shortage on ammo, buddy. You really need to be picking up those calls.
Don't be fooled. This place is a fortress. Only the keys makes all the difference.
He will come to regret his choice in time. This way! In the very nick of time to be a contest. Suits me.
Target confirmed and locked in. I want it dead.
Went from empty back to full already on my... See how that barely touched me. Need more ammo so I can get more bleed stacks down for defense. There we go. Oh, that's cool. You popped my toughness. Okay. That Ranger might be a problem. There we go. It was sloppy. First mission of the day, kind of sloppy. But we'll take it. There's 23. And a whole lot of money. So that's 1 out of the 4. And I need to see if I got enough plasteel to upgrade that gun. Normally I would know offhand, but I am still waking up, so that's a thing. I do. I just graduated to 2 purple weapons. And we're sliding. Whee! I've only seen that with the Ogryn. That doesn't mean it doesn't happen with the other classes, but I've only actually seen it with the Ogryn. There we go. What did we get? Range damage to specialists. Very nice. Very nice. As you can see, we're now back to 200 and 0. I am struggling to get plasteel, and the only thing that I... Oh, jeez. And I have an absurd amount of money, of dockets. The only thing that I can figure is that jumping into the Tier 3 missions early kind of disrupted the flow of resources for the game. So normally you're scrambling to get the diamantine. It's very, very weird to be struggling to get the plasteel. I think it's because I didn't do a terrible lot of the low level stuff. That might be worth buying, but we'll wait and see if there's something better later. So I'm actually going to go ahead and get some of the cosmetics that I've been waiting to buy since I have so damn much money. We want that guy. Do we have enough for the... We do. And we still have 17 grand left if we see something that piques our fancy. There we go. Now we need to equip that. Now we need to equip that. Yeah, that looks awesome. I can dig it. Hello? Hello? Can Okay, let's get all the way out. There we go. Okay. So then we'll equip this guy. Then we'll equip this guy. There we go. Now we're looking good. Yeah. I like red, but it's a little too much red. Like it's too bright. It needs to be a darker shade. And then yeah. So we still have 3 left.
I shall watch your career.
I always try to upgrade my melee first. I would consider doing that if I hadn't just woke up. So let's see. You know what? All 3 of those have a bonus. So your Grims, your Scriptures, and your Scriptures. So let's go with this guy. Well, Raid or Espionage. Raid is usually easier than Espionage. Well, Raid is usually quicker than Espionage. I believe Espionage is actually easier. Ideally, there would be an Assassin mission. There are 2 Tier 2 Assassin missions. But at this point, we're already pretty warmed up with that Tier 3 that we did. So, I think we're going to go with the Espionage. Work our way easily into this. And again, I'm joining one in progress. That is kind of nice.
Damage it. Do not damage the array. Turn to our advantage. Data upload only. No destruction.
Alrighty. Oh boy. Nope. You. Pick him up. I got these guys. You seriously got trapped by him again after I marked him? This one's gonna be rough. Not to mention his first net was aimed at me. There he is. Oh. So that chip through damage is nuts. You can see I've taken a little over a wound worth of damage, even though my shields have maintained more or less full. Why did it put me in with an almost empty gun? I wonder if I replaced somebody. I wonder if somebody saw the way this was going and just dropped. It happens. It's rude, but it happens. I saw a guy one day drop because somebody ninja grabbed some resources out from under him, and we didn't even have the opportunity to explain to him that resources everybody gets. It's the ammo that you should be angry about. But he was super pissed because he thought that dude stole the resources from him and he wouldn't get them now. And dropped. Wow.
Can't get back after this.
A grenade!
Oh man.
For blood.
The just reward of virtue.
I think most of us are set up as horde players, which is good and bad. Ow. There we go. At least we got it back.
Reloaded cavalry. Round the sides.
Shields back and there's our gun throws. We're up to 4. Whoops, killed him. Can you guys try to not kill the bleeding guys, pretty please? I know there's no way they can tell. It just is the one downside to doing this. Oh! I don't know what was in there. Dude picked it up, but that's alright. I don't need the ammo. I don't need the grenades. And if it was resources, we all get it. So it really doesn't matter what was in there. Oh, that's a fucking sniper. Nope. Nope, nope, nope. Where'd you go, you little bastard? Gold duck got him. Not seriously.
Mates, you need any?
Record indicate that 72% of the torrents and mineral trades were transacted here.
Come on now. Oop. Nope. I need to go back to that med station. Excellent. Come on then, biggin. Yep.
Your corruption will not save you, mutant.
And that's how we handle them. I've noticed that they reach with their left hand, so if you dodge right, they have a tendency to catch you anyway. Dodging left is the better option. Now, that's not always possible, so you do the best you can with what you have, but it's a trapper. That's why you don't hang out on your own.
Free your servant.
Another dead trapper!
Why are you waiting for?
You good? We're good. Golduck's almost dead.
A whale from the very mouth of hell. Scriptures.
Scriptures. Mark?
Better. This way.
I wish learned
Leroy.
nothing the Sith can teach.
Makes my head hurt. Shouty is always complaining. Bad water, bad smell, bad place. Out of the way!
Oh, I don't want to play with the demon host. I successfully tanked one yesterday, but it took a lot of resources to do so. A lot of dodging, all of my stamina. And I honestly don't know if these guys will be able to kill it before the purple overwhelm me. Because even blocking its attacks, you still take steady purple damage while it's in range. Come on, Goldoff, you need to block, buddy.
Help me up!
A place to tend our wounds. Godfather!
No more fighting.
Excuse you.
Medicaid station!
No.
The beneficent Emperor sent us to cleanse the place.
This guy's a liability. I don't know if he's new or what. Oh, fuck it. I'm coming back, so. Of course, there's a horde as soon as I use the machine. Isn't that how it always goes? Nice.
Amazing cover!
Where you at? Shoot me again. I ain't dead yet. Oh. Ah.
Retrieve the cipher ident. You are already 12.1% behind projections.
Oh, I imagine we are. Yeah, come on, biggin.
Commencing Auspex sweep. Do not stray. Circle Skull outpacing survey team. Unacceptable.
Be careful not to accidentally dodge off the ledge here. No. Flames are not okay. We started it. We could have been scanning. Tried to dodge. I was too close. I dodged into him. That's alright though. Should be one up here yet. Should be one over here. No. There should be one over this way. Whoop. No thanks. Oh, you got the other guy. Well, they already got it. So it's that bad.
The server skull awaits your data. I await your compliance. Proceed to elevator. Press button. Call elevator. Fight heretics. Stay alive. Can you manage that?
You cannot hide from judgment, sniper!
That's a sniper. Could you please stop that?
Hide for a grenade!
I don't know.
Onwards.
Ammo crate!
I shall not grieve for the water cartel. Heretics and wastrels all.
A water cartel. That's kind of fitting, but sad.
Any back now. Rage.
This was a bad idea. This is a very, very bad idea. Alright, at least we got some heavies in there now. We got our damage resistance going up. We're only up to 3. Why are we only up to 3? There's 5. Oh, please don't trash my damage resistance by killing all these guys. That's what was keeping me alive.
There's work to be done.
Seriously?
Can be used
How do you attack them, man?
so perish all
We're Ogryns. Even the unstaggerable get staggered.
this way.
Oh.
Can a text priest live?
I can't talk too much crap, though, because he, well, I guess he did go down.
Not spend any right to service!
I was gonna say he took less damage than I did, but
Round is coming.
he didn't. Yeah, it's tanky, but it's slow and clunky. I don't know. I would say it's probably my third favorite class. It's hard to argue with the results. I'm able to handle large groups like it's not a thing, but I can also do the same thing on my creature. Or just mow them down on my veteran. I think my favorites are probably veteran, or creature, veteran, Ogryn, Psyker. I like the concept of the Psyker, and I love Sienna and Vermintide, but it just, I don't know, doesn't scale well in the later game. Like starting in tier 3s, you're no longer one-shotting stuff with your blitz attack, your brain burst, and it gets frustrating. Alright, now for the easiest part of this whole thing.
Your blood should be on the inside.
Healing, we're gonna open this guy. Sure, you can have that. I like how people try to snatch whatever's in there as soon as you open it. And that's something you don't see a lot in these tier 3s. You mostly see that in the lower tiers because people want that loot for themselves. In the higher tiers, it's a lot more party-minded. The handful of tier 4s that I've done, it's almost entirely party-minded. Everybody's working together, communicating, marking things. It's these lower tiers that you see the petty stuff that people still aren't used to playing together. Of course, the idea of an entirely PvE first-person shooter game is new to a lot of these folks. Yep, nope. Ah, staircase got me. I shouldn't have tried to dodge. That was a poor gameplay decision. I should have block dashed. That would have been the way to do it. But hindsight's 2020. You got cover over. Oh shit. I'm gonna cover both sides, guys. It's a bit much. There's some pox burst. You got him? Nice staircase. Get out of here. Yeah.
The Ranger is delivered to judgment.
Fix the danger interrogator!
At least we took out the Rager. Our hit points are in good shape.
Philosophical question.
No. It was supposed to be a dodge, not a jump.
What it mean? No precedent. La la la.
I got the bridge. This is what I mean about the boring. This is basically just heavy, 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 heavy. I can completely hold the bridge on my own. Somebody got. Oh yeah, somebody got the sound.
Your repeated failure is making me
Really?
tested.
And back on the other side.
I can only imagine you attempted random inputs until it worked, but it is now working. Interrogation approaching completion.
Sure, I can help. That was a bad idea because now I'm stranded.
Mission success confirmed. Extraction is
And the door's open. I'm out here on my own. Someplace you never want to be. So ultimately you want to make sure at least one person's in here. And we can help them on their approach. Oh, they were right behind me. You want to make sure that at least one person's in there, because there have been several times that I have seen matches get wiped in the end because one person goes down and everybody goes back to pick them up and everybody goes down. So it's good to always make sure that there's at least one person in the dropship. If there's not somebody in the dropship, then it needs to be you. And then defend from there with whatever range you've got. Do the best you can. Pew pew pew. Pew pew pleb. The word pleb irritates me to no end. If you cannot be bothered to finish the word plebeian, all that you're pointing out is how much of a plebeian you are. That is better in every way than mine. Oh, except for cleave. I don't think it's better than this one, though.
Let me know if you need the long
No, it's not better than that one.
Well, we make do as best we can.
Okay, so we're at 130, which is not nearly enough. So ideally we would upgrade these. I might upgrade that one. This one won't be upgraded because it's toughness, but this one... Is it 200 or 400? I think it's 400 to go purple.
Allow me to maximize the combat potential of your armaments.
And then you can actually go all the way up to legendary here, but it takes 800 and 350. I'm almost to 350. But let's see about that one. It's 400. Okay, so it looks like next mission will hit 24 for sure. I might take that one, just for the XP boost from that. Or we could do that one. What are the threes? We're definitely not doing that one. There will be an XP boost, but the difficulty is... So, I have found that because this is reduced waves, and, I mean, it's lower enemy concentration in the mission zone, so there's fewer specialists and lower intensity engagements. Running a tier 2 with a down arrow is almost the equivalent of running a tier 1. They still hit harder, and they still take reduced damage, but with the sparser enemies, it's about as hard as running a tier 1. If you had a tier 2 with an up arrow, because of the increase in specialists and the increase in enemies, it's about like running a tier 3. So basically think it's a tier 3 but up a tier. It's a tier 2 but down a tier. And it's not exactly the same because they do hit harder or less hard depending, but depending on their tier, but just with the enemy concentrations and the ease of the mission, it feels more like it's a tier down or a tier up. So, you know, a tier 2 with an up arrow, absolutely, that's essentially going to be running a normal tier 3. A tier 3 with an up arrow is going to be like running a tier 4, so if you're not ready for that, do not attempt it. Now, just because you've done a tier 3 with an up arrow does not mean you should attempt a 4, because the 4s do hit harder and take less damage, so there's that. But it's, with the density of the specialists, it's pretty much, it feels very similar. Oh, let's see if anybody joins. So it looks like I'm not going to get anybody. So we're going to go ahead and cancel out. If that's the case, we might just do a tier 2 with a down arrow so that you can see the difference. It's not that there aren't any waves, there are still hordes, they're just much fewer and further between. Now, when you get the hordes for the mission objectives, the ones that are scripted, those are still there. So the only reason I'm not doing a random tier 3 is I don't want to risk accidentally getting that one. So we're gonna go, whoa, they might be here. Scriptures. Scriptures are easy. Can we get a team? Please? No. Alright. Fine. We'll do this one. What is there just nobody playing right now? What's going on? At least this one I'm completely comfortable running it with just me and bots. Which looks like that might be what happens. Yeah, screw it. They'll join or they won't.
The heretics are using an old refinery to cool their pathogens. You will get in through flow control, then build pressure in the refinery systems to kill the goop. Better pay the
So this may or may not push us to 24.
bad about that place.
Looking forward to 25 though. That bull rush bleed. Oh yeah, that's gonna be a game changer. Alright. So we're basically just going to sprint through this until we get actual players. Because the bots will follow me. And there aren't any collectibles to get that I'm worried about, so... Crafting materials, sure, but no collectibles. Hey, biggin. Yeah, that's not enough to get away. Always stealing the credit for my junk. Silly bots. My bleed killed the bulwark. It wasn't even me hitting him. You can see why I went to tier 3s when I did. Because this tier 2 is just absurd.
This elevator is unstable.
Either kills us or it doesn't.
All the blood all over my shield. I like that if you look right under the window where my stamina bar is, just under that, you can see 5 hash marks on there like he's counting kills. Except we've killed a lot more than 5. Maybe it's a hash every 100 kills. I don't know. Alright, where's the charge?
You need anything? Say the word. I'll make it right. Can't come back. Grind ya.
No bother. Oh, damn it.
Your lunch.
So we'll go for a Russian.
Are we having fun?
We're killing the enemy. There's pleasure in that.
Tempting that. No! Oh, thank you. Sometimes this map in particular is terrible for having them in the sand inside a chest like that, and then you can't pick them up. And I really, really don't like that. There's a missed timing. Every time you see the club swing, that's a missed timing on a heavy. This is my hallway. Get out of here. Oh shit. Where'd you go? Just sit here all day long on tier 2. Nope. No. Bombs are bad. Oh hey, we got a person. Corcus. And the bot's following him, which means I am all by myself now. I really wish that it would split bots when you have 2 humans.
Medical station.
Now that was a regular swing on purpose, because I knew that would kill him. So these guys are the weakest enemy types, as long as it's a headshot. I don't know if it'll kill him or not. Yep, kills him too. Oh, hi, Biggin. And for these ones, we want blood.
Enemies ducking.
He's very attached to his shotgun. We have 2 people now. Alright. I've never seen anything in that particular chest, but I know that the time that I don't open it will be the time that there's resources in there. That's a trapper. Oh, it was a trapper? Apparently it was a tox flamer. Seriously? You guys let him get away?
I'll sell you down.
There things is done.
Go together. It's the best option. Looks like you are in low control. Find a drone. A demon has infected this place. Drive it out.
So for the something in your eye achievement and penance, the idea is to hit this guy in the eye with your big box of hurdy, like so. That would have gotten it for me if I didn't already have it. And even at full life on a tier 3, that is a one-shot kill of the eyeball. So just as a heads up to people that are achievement farming, or if you want the, it's part of getting the helmet for the Ogryn, so. The helmet that says, I know my class. Hi! That was... intercepted.
Elevators online. You are going to proceed.
Ooh, hi, dog. Oh, bots get credit for everything.
Medical station.
That's right, if they're close, it's harder to miss. So the gun is more of a mid-range, short-range board clearer. But it does pretty well.
It is no mortal contagion. Also, I hear you must have faith.
Sounds frightening, lovely.
Yeah, the tier 2s are not the most stimulating on the Ogryn. Whoops. My bad. Hey. Oh no. I see nobody's even paying attention. That's what I meant about things being stuck in the sand, so that's diamantine that we can't pick up. Just super frustrating. What is with you guys and dogs? I've never seen so many dogs in a mission. So with this ladder, you only have to get about halfway down, then you can hit spacebar and jump off. If you try to jump it from the top like I did the first ladder, it will injure you. I love them headshots. And go off on his lonesome. Horde time. You boys handle the pox first, right at the start.
Seeks the truth. So tough, Ranger.
Come on, Corcus. Oh, I don't like this one. It's alright though. Nah, we'll save that. We might need it. Yeah, I'll get to you in a minute. Busy.
Data interrogation rate acceptable.
So it likes to make it look like these are random when they fail, but honestly they are at specific points on the bar.
Taking a shot.
Which allows you to anticipate a little bit. You can fight until they get to that point, and then you can do something about it. I think it's about every quarter, because there's usually 4 per. Some missions there's only 3, so it's about every third of the bar. That's down below. Oh no, I rather think he does want to play. That's what I love of all.
Thank you.
That's why it's important to dodge. Even if you're tanky, that chip through damage is gnarly. Is that a bomber? Whoa!
Trap is down and out. Charging interrogator needs restarting.
Come on, Schlauner. Schlauner? I don't know. I'll cover you. You do it. I think Crocus, whatever his name is relatively new.
Enemy
He hasn't developed that habitual look behind us yet.
Give me some damn cover. Cover, soldier.
Alright, dude, you take one side and I'll take the other. Stop it.
I can't stand. Can't leave you down there, can I? Not as bad as you think.
Completion imminent.
I don't mind carrying one person, but when it's more than one, it gets to start to be a real burden. It's slowing down the mission.
Iterative phase nearing completion.
It's a waste of a medipack. We're right next to the Medicae machine. We can't take the Medicae machine with us.
This pathogen won't be any trouble now, and now you are done. All that is left to do is
I shouldn't be so negative. I should be nicer. I'm gonna blame that on just having woken up. Nope. What's the plan though?
soldiers nothing.
Here we go again. Oh, no. Oh, he got me. He walked around the corner. They don't usually corner that well. Corcus, get in the elevator. Corcus, this is the extraction elevator. If you get in, we're done. I think he's very new. Yep, he's 9. And the other guy's a 1. Fantastic. Those are the types of people that you really don't want. Well, I guess the 9 should know better. But it's alright. It's alright. I'm gonna go get some food and some caffeine and possibly some nicotine so that I am not such a bear. I will return later. So, please like and subscribe, and we'll see you guys when I come back.